Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson. Now this is going to be a super important one. Within this lesson we're going to be teaching you the best way to negotiate a great percentage and how to actually sign a model on the call that you have booked in. So let's get straight into it. Now, as discussed in previous lessons, it should always be your aim every single time to get the potential model onto a video call. You're going to have more investment from her, you're going to be able to start building that really great working relationship. It's going to be a chance for you to give her a proper onboarding, set expectations, and essentially negotiate and obviously seal the deal with a signed contract. Obviously, the main aim of this call is to build a great relationship, and of course, the main aim, sign that contract, get your model on board. So now, the first key point is going to be attire and location. Think about it. Is a model going to respond better to you smartly dressed with a smart background, or to you, say, wearing a t-shirt in your bedroom and she can see your curtains and stuff behind? It's not going to be a great first impression. So you really want to actually consider kind of where you're actually going to be taking this call, and obviously what you're going to be wearing. You know, maybe if you don't have a location inside your house, maybe go to a coffee shop, maybe rent a small office space, whatever you guys want to do. But it's really important that you do not make yourselves look silly by taking the call in a place where it's obvious you're not a professional. So key point one, make sure you're smartly dressed and in a smart location. Key point two is going to be the setup. Now, you guys are going to create a small branded presentation. Now, this is obviously going to have your agency logo on it. It's going to have your agency colors on it. And it's going to be super simple. A couple of slides long, a brief agency overview, some results, how you've achieved these results, and why that you are the agency to go with. So a little bit of a presentation. You can do it on PowerPoint, you can do it on Keynote, however you guys want to do it. But a small presentation to basically show your value and show why you are going to be the agency this model should sign with. The third key point, now this is just kind of in terms of how you actually set this call out. So it is super important to have at least 5 minutes of small talk at the start of your call. You know, this is going to help put all parties at ease. They're going to get to know you a little bit better, maybe talk about, I don't know, pets they've got or interests they have, hobbies, anything like that. It's super important to build up a really nice relationship with them and make them feel at ease from the word go. If you just get on the call straight away, start jumping into numbers, it's not going to go very well for you. So this is actually an interesting point as well, I think. So this is one of the few professional business relationships where both sides doing well will benefit one another. Now, usually in service-based industries, obviously, you know, you're performing a task for somebody, so you know it doesn't matter how the business performs, it's just solely on you. But this is actually one of the few business relationships where both parties need to work in unison with each other. Now, remember that, because having a really great relationship with your model will make absolutely everything 100 times easier. So initially on the call, bit of small talk, build up a relationship. Now, to kick off, always give a little bit of an intro about your agency, a little bit of a backstory. So maybe you're going to talk about how many years you've been running for, or you're going to talk about how many models you've got at the moment, or, you know, basically how you've actually ended up on this call. So for an example will be, hi there, my name's Harry from Aura. I've been in the OnlyFans scene for 3 years. And, you know, currently we're managing however many models. Really cool to have you on a call with us. And let's kind of hop into why we are the agency to go with. Something like that. Really super simple intro. And yeah, just talk about how many other models you've helped and where you're actually at as a business. Key point number 5. Now, this is going to be quite a chunky element of your presentation. Now, this is going to be the value that you guys are going to add. It's going to be the main element of your call. So, run through a few slides of results. Now, make sure you're not just showing OnlyFans results. You know, these girls don't just want massive OnlyFans gains. They want to see social media gains, things like that as well, because that's all feeds into one. So, OnlyFans screenshots, TikTok growth screenshots, etc. If you guys are in the Pro mentoring, obviously you get all those results straight from us on the Pro Discord. So, check out that. And yeah, this is basically just going to show that your model, that you're super experienced and you can quite clearly, you know, create a lot of value. If she hasn't done OnlyFans before, or obviously add a lot of value if she is currently on OnlyFans. As we've said many times, guys, it's way easier to sign a model already on and already committed with OnlyFans. So make sure you're going to be talking about revenue growth, value you're going to add, message replying, paywall messaging, tips, all these little keywords that she is going to be looking for to essentially be really invested with you guys going forward. So key point number 5, talk about all the value that you're going to add with her and with her OnlyFans account. Now at this point, key point 6, next stage of the call, ask their thoughts. Super simple. How do you feel about this? Or, you know, what are your thoughts at this moment? You're going to want to know what they are thinking, and then obviously if they have any objections, any questions so far, you can address them straight away, and they're not going to be in the back of their mind throughout the entire call. So, you know, get them involved in the conversation. The likelihood is you've probably done quite a bit of speaking just then, but now ask their thoughts, and obviously, you know, you're going to kind of get a great idea if they're going to be keen to get on board. This is my favorite slide. So This is what we call the golden offer. Now, this is going to be when you come down to negotiate the percentage split and obviously the contract. So within this, within this point in the conversation, you've attended, you have dressed smartly, you're in a smart location, you've discussed value, you've given a good introduction, you've asked her opinions, you've handled any objections as we talked about in the last lesson. So at this point, it's always a good opportunity to open the conversation about the length of contract and percentage. Now, always push for a 12-month contract. 12-month contracts are industry standard. It's unlikely you're going to get too many rejections. If necessary, say 12 months with a 6-month break clause. So it's just a 6-month contract which rolls on. Now, this is the interesting part, and this is what we call a golden offer in terms of negotiating. Now, I know that a lot of you guys may kind of struggle. Maybe you're thinking, I don't know what percent to ask for. I don't feel comfortable asking for that percent. What if they say no, etc. We've made a super, super simple sentence which you guys can say, which is going to guarantee you the best results. So this is all you say. We have two options in terms of percentages. Either you pay a £1,000 upfront setup fee and we take 35%, or we do no setup fee and we take 50%. That's all you need to say. And after you say that, shut up. Let them reply. Now, 99% of the time, they're going to go for the 50% option because in their heads, obviously it sounds like a bigger percentage, but the £1,000 fee up front can sound very, very daunting. Now, most of the time they're going to go for the 50%. That's what you're aiming for. That's a really, really great percentage going forward. So you are in luck. Now, if they go for the £1,000 fee, it's still a decent outcome. You've got £1,000 up front to invest into her account, maybe get a chatter on board straight away or do some guaranteed gains, all things we're going to go on to later on in the course. And obviously you still get 35%, which is a really reasonable, decently high percentage. So by using that line there, we have two options in terms of percentages. Either you pay a £1,000 upfront setup fee and we take 35%, or we do no setup fee and take 50%. It's just going to take all the awkwardness out of the negotiation, and it's going to guarantee that you guys get yourselves a really great deal as well. That has worked for hundreds of our students. So make sure you say that sentence, take all the awkwardness out of the negotiation. Now, if you guys feel confident enough, 100% push for a way higher percentage. Say we'll do a £1,000 setup fee and take 50%, or we'll just take 70%. If you guys feel that, the conversation's gone that well, they're that invested that they'd be up for that, 100% give it a go. But this is more just in terms of, if you're kind of talking standard contract, that is the line you guys want to use. Key point 8 is going to be contract signing. Now, this is so, so crucial, guys. You need to be doing this on the call. I cannot stress this enough. Whatever you've agreed with the model, edit the contract on the Word document you've got in front of you that we provide for you guys, ask for her full name and email, and then send it over via either DocuSign or PandaDoc. Both the technologies we've talked about, which you're going to be signing the contracts on. Now, obviously, if she says she needs to read it, that's absolutely fine. Just stay on the call. You need to get this contract signed whilst on the call. It's going to prevent second thoughts. She's not going to shop around, speak to any other agencies, and obviously, most importantly, lost time. You want to be off that call, clear plan in place, and obviously ready to start making money with her account. Now, key point 9, once you've got the contract signed, is going to be to put a plan into place to get the ball rolling in terms of the practical elements of her account. So this is going to be onboarding. Now, this is going to be the next lesson. How do you onboard a model effectively? So make sure you check that out. That's going to be the first port of call for when you have signed your model. Now, key point 10, if you are unsuccessful, if you physically cannot close them on a call, it is so crucial that you book a follow-up call. Now, this follow-up call is going to be, if you keep pushing and obviously you're not getting anywhere, she wants a little bit of time to think about it, whatever, absolutely fine. These things happen. You can't close every single call. You guys are going to understand that. Now, if you physically cannot close them on a call, make sure you book them in for a follow-up call to, hopefully get the deal done. Now, ideally, book it in on the same day. Say, okay, cool. How about I give you a couple of hours to think about it and we can speak this evening or speak this afternoon or whenever you guys are chatting to the model. Now, obviously, if they kind of push back on that, make sure it's the day after. This next call needs to be as soon as possible. Obviously, by this point, you've got the contact details. Everything should be okay. Maybe they just need a bit of time to mull it over. Think about everything you've talked about if it's a lot to take in. And obviously, you can close them on that secondary call, but just make sure you're booking that call in for as soon as possible. Now, hopefully that has made it a little bit more clear in terms of exactly what to say and how to go about a model closing call. Now, within the next lesson, we're going to talk about onboarding the model and the best way to create an onboarding funnel, which is going to give you all of the information that you need to make a real success of starting to manage her OnlyFans account, because you need to be having success from day one. That's super important. They've taken a chance with you. They're giving away a large percentage of their earnings. You need to get everything put into place. And it's actually a good idea to have a lot of this put into place actually prior to signing your first model if you haven't signed a model yet. So see you in that lesson, and enjoy chatting to you guys then.